Alright then, here we go. Um, yeah, now that you guys said it, quick check on my mic if it's working or not, but it should be, pretty sure. Yeah. Alright then, DTS, Division Schumacher. Um, Race number 3 in Silverstone, but reverse. We've not got a full grid tonight. I think it's 17 drivers if I checked correctly, and yeah, thank you for confirming, Jack, that my mic is indeed working. Um, Would be nice if I get a quick weather update as soon as we start the lobby here. For once, I am in a lobby without racing, so with my luck, it's gonna be heavy rain all the way. But let's see. What's it gonna be for quali? Well, starting great. This looks like at least 70%, maybe 80% rain. Is that full wet? I don't think so, but it's raining. Let's wet, wet, wet. All the way for the race as well? Oh, even the quali already full wet. Okay, okay. Whoop whoop. Um, well, better in this division than in Senna is what I've heard from my drivers. So, yeah. Let's see what this means for the grid. Like Silverstone Reverse, it's a completely new track. Don't think all drivers did practice. And if I don't think they went into the rain. They should have. Fair chance of rain always. I mean, it's Silverstone. What did you expect? But let's go on board with whoever is brave enough to leave first. Give us the thoughts on the race today and surprises you expect now. It's raining. That's a good one. First of all, I see Frax having the idea to go on Inters. Let's see if he's actually leaving on them as well. We have a green car leaving first. That's either Bresh or Magnetex. So let's see the conditions on track. Yeah, I can confirm it's wet. Alright, so Magnetex from JT Gulf Racing. Exploring the track around here in Silverstone. Magnetex is reversed. Is, for the few laps I've done around here, more fun this way than the normal way. Just to make sure, can anyone confirm? Do we have rain in the race as well? Like all the way. After that I would make my predictions. Yes, rain in the race. Oh, mixed in race. What is it now? Either way, we will see rain in the race. Is what I am thinking now. What do I go with? I'm a little biased, so I'm gonna put Noodles on the podium. I'm gonna put Hassan in P2 and Frax on P1. It's a bit of a gamble with Frax. Don't think I've seen a wet race from him before, but... Hey! Frank, how you doing? I do see a sun though. Okay. Maybe it is different for everyone. So Magnetex is the first one starting a flying lap now. And we do have a few cars on track with the Inters, like Beastly and Frax. And maybe Noodles soon. We're gonna have a look at that. How bad is it? Like the Inters runners are still on an out lap, so they're not pushing, but it really looks like this is wet for now. Well, Frank, I'm doing okay. Bit disappointed that I cannot be with my drivers tonight, as I'm stepping in for comms here today, but... Thoughts on your swap from Stapes to Legend, how has he been so far? First of all, he was very confident for tonight if it would have stayed dry. I have no idea if he practiced for rain. I don't think he did. His pace was very solid in our practice race, but it was dry, like I said. So he didn't do any mistakes so far, though. He was clean in Abu Dhabi. Unfortunately, missed out for Miami. Had to stay late at work, but overall chemistry in the team, I'm very happy so far. So let's see what we can achieve this season. Super Bowl is the target, that's all we need, and then anything can happen, I say. Alright, Magnetex didn't validate, so we will have a time on the board. How good is it though? It's a 1:47.3. Will it be beaten? I have no idea. Probably. That depends on the weather as well. I really want to look at some of the Inter runners, Beasley, stepping in for Blomsey tonight. Let's see what the sector times are saying. Purple in the first, right away. Jumbo John beating Magnetex by a 10th, so... And Haytham a little further back. He's really throwing the car into the corners, even in the rain. Are Inters already the way to go? We have 4 drivers currently on the green tires. As Batten is retired, what is he doing? Does he? Oh, Polyban. Right. Thought we had a DNF on track already, and that should tell the entire grid now that it might be time to go into the Inters. Frax 1:45.4, 2 seconds faster than all the others, and like 1.5 faster than Brasco as well. So, although Brashman only 2/10 behind him. It is a gamble, apparently. Maybe I spoke too early. What's Beasley gonna do? Yeah, third sector seems to be tough with the Inters. Slow corners, finding grip. But I think we see another pole, however. Deployment already used up. And it is a 1:44.8. I couldn't say what the best strat would be right now. Noodles going 6/10 faster. Super Striker was able to match Beasley's time. 44.8 for him as well on the wets. Difficult. What's BAP gonna show us? Wets and Inters seem similar, yeah. Couldn't tell you right now what tire is faster. Might be the Inters, however, it's the 8 and 9 million drivers setting the laps up there, so maybe they could have done the same or quicker on wets as well. As BAP is going into 6th place with a 46.1. Next one, Fish Tech. Frax improving, yeah, 43.5. As the tires don't wear out as much as softs and slicks in general, maybe a few drivers are driving with like 4 or 5 laps of fuel or even more, as you can just chain hot laps and drive back to back quickly. And there we have it. Diablo in the rain. Doesn't have to save tires there, and we have a 1-2 lockout for Lotus Eclipse for now. 1:44.2 for the German. Just ahead of Noodles. Stop the count, red flag. Let's start like this. Actually, no. Let Legend set a time as well. And Tuck for that matter. Actually, let's jump on board with Tuck, who is about to finish the lap. Ah, the wets do suit his car though. Looks pretty nice. All blue now. What's it gonna be? It doesn't look too bad. Could be top 5. It is pole. Alright. 1:43.5. Now, is that the track improving? I do see a dry line appear, which would be all for the Inters then. If the drivers can make that work on there. It is a risk though. If I would be driving tonight, I would probably be also on Inters now. I would probably risk it. Like, the track is only gonna improve. By the way, Legends P9, solid one so far. Who do we go on board with? Noodles seems to be improving. Oh, drifts around the corner nicely. What's the sector time's gonna say? As Frax improved as well on his third quick lap now. Just missing out on Tuck on the provisional pole. The track is definitely getting quicker with every lap. Yeah, the dry line is still a thing, so everyone should just be on track now, practicing, even if it's for the race. What do we have now? Noodles 143, almost flat, half a second up. So we're definitely going to see the 42s, maybe even 41s. And sooner or later, I'm still going to go with the fact that we will see all Inters. All on Inters. Meanwhile, as we go around with Super Striker, is he? No, he's not improving. Brush, what about him? Frax, fourth quick lap in a row, not even charging in between, and still improving. 42.7, first to get into the 42s. Who do we have? Who haven't we not looked at so far? Let's go with Hassan. While I'm going through the standings, in P1 from Team Project 20, Blomsey, who is not here today, he's being replaced by Beasley, currently in P7. And in general, the driver championship is dominated by 3 Swedish drivers in the top 5. Blomsey, Frax in P2, and Denhorn. But Denhorn as well, also not racing today. And his replacement Clipsy did not check in time, so that's a driver missing for... Is that Lemon's team? I think it is, right? Los Limones Hermanos. I am not good at Spanish, but you get it from Breaking Bad, you know, right? Yeah, sure. Anyway, yeah, I think Lemon's team is just in P2 overall standings behind Lotus, so that the fact that he's missing a driver today is, yeah, quite unfortunate. As Beasley jumps into P3, 43.2. Yeah, copped corner reverse in the rain, crazy. We see all them cars drifting around here. Very technical track, and yeah, the way it's driven, it's like a completely new track. We just had Sanford reverse recently in last Friday, and it was surprisingly okay, like racing wise. Sure, TT, both Silverstone and Sanford are roller coasters and quite pleasant, but with 20 cars on the grid, Sanford did manage to provide some overtakes. Let's hope the same for Silverstone, as Hassan is now going to try to improve from P15 up to P8, 144.6, as we only have 3 more drivers on the full wets. So now we're watching, yeah, let's go around with Bab again, who's also improving. Splits after sector 2, almost a second up, so he's gonna make up some places as well. Yeah, back to the standings. So we will most likely see a new championship leader after tonight, as Blomsey is missing out. Frax is trailing him by 15 points. So all he needs today is a top 10 finish to be P1, unless, of course, Noodles or Bab are finishing ahead of him. As we only have Hassan on a hot lap, who's invalidated, so who's the next? Brash. As Noodles and Bab are, yeah, they're super close all together. The entire standings are fairly close still. Blomsey leading by 16 points is actually 15 points is the biggest gap out there actually. 87 for him, Frax 72, and then Noodles one behind 71, Bab one behind with 70, and yeah, Denhorn 66. It's fairly close as well, 4 points to Bab. So top 5. Then we have a little gap. Super Striker, Hassan, Brasco. Midfield is all close together as well. But I mean, it's only 2 races, so a lot can happen. And even drivers like Blomsey can miss out here and there. So chance for a title completely open. Wow, this Brash is going all in here in Corps again. Tuck back into the pits, probably gonna change the inters now. There we have it. Haytham, the last one on the wets, is on an out lap, so yeah, he's gonna go around with the blue tires as well, the last one to do so. As Brash is gonna make room for, is that a Lotus driver? That is no, it's Wiggy's team, and that is of course Bergen. Slightly up on his PB, but he doesn't need much to be like in Brasco's area, maybe a little more to beat Hassan. Let's see what he's gonna get. I'm gonna assume P9 at least. Oh, he did lose out in Sector 3 there. And the gap to 11 itself was actually a bit bigger than I thought. But we still got... Oh, Jesus, time is flying. We have only got 1 more minute. 1:30. So, everyone's final prep lap. There is Hassan leaving the pits now. That might not be enough to get around. Maybe. No show for Lynx. Oh, it's another driver missing out. So, we are only missing 1 more. I know Clipsy, replacing Denhorn, is missing. Lynx, a no-show, which is always a shame for a TP. Who else is missing? I have no idea right now, actually. So Lynx would be for breakfast. Denhorn would be for Beasley's team, for Lemon's team. What symbol are we missing? Are we missing a pink car? That's Lemon's team. What else are we missing? I can't seem to find it. Let's jump on board with the leaders here on their final runs. Who is actually the furthest up the road? Bob on an out lap. Is he gonna get it in time? I can't see the time. Oh, just barely with 3 seconds to go. Hassan is gonna miss out. Yeah, there's the flag. So we have Brash and Hassan flagged. Bergen in the pits. So that is Fishtag to finish the lap, but he's already invalidated. Diablo. Oh, he's improving big time. He's going for pole. If he doesn't pin it in the final corners here. He is looking to set the benchmark now for the other drivers to beat. What is it going to be? This is looking great. Are we going to see a 41? Is it a low 42? It's a 1:42.3 provisional pole. We've got, I think, Bab ahead of Beasley here. It wasn't Bab, but Beasley is improving, but he cannot beat Diablo. Noodles is going into the 41s though, half a second up on Diablo. Who are we missing? Frax, but there is someone else. That's Magnitex. Also 6 tenths up. How far can he go? P7 just behind his teammate. Frax, what is he gonna do? As we have Super Striker going over the line, improves to P5. Frax is safe in P4, but how far up can he go? And it is P2, also into the 41s, but just behind Noodles. Lotus Eclipse on the 2-3 though. That's great for Jack. Legends in P11, good job mate. Very solid performance. And Noodles for pole, I'm very happy with that. Overall, that is not a great result for this team over here. I was just gonna say, but Bab improves to P8 from all the way back. So that's yeah, gonna make Ricky happy now. Not as bad as it looked for a second there. And that's quali. Indes was really the way to go towards the end, so Hatham, we don't know what you could have achieved if you would have went onto the green tires as well here. But overall, considering these difficult conditions, a fairly close grid. And a very well performing Diablo. What surprises do we have? Hassan yet again with another mixed quali. I can say that because he's always around me in quali and I'm not good, but whenever we finish the race he's up there near the podium and I'm not. So that would probably be a prediction for most overtakes gained slash driver of the day. Yeah, we'll see. Taking wash to a new meaning. What do you mean? No. Quick update for you guys on the Senna division. They are already in information lab. It seems to be dry there. Everyone's starting on mediums as far as I can see. I can't see 18, 19, 20. However, Pigeon and P3 only want to start on hards. A risky strategy that can be screwed over with an early safety car. Over there we have Plevanche in pole position, so Lotus Eclipse is going crazy tonight. Alligator in P2. Jesus, after winning in Austria yesterday in Champions, he's now going for the front row in DTS as well, out of nowhere. I think he is a reserve though. However, that's still awesome pace. Yeah, Pigeon P3, Zoltan P4, Scotty P5, and Tronzik in P6. Egolf in P7 for Sauber X. Hey! Hilly and Brad for Reefski's team in P8 and 9. Arm in 10th. Then we have Riggy's team, Ramsky and Metafon, 11, 12. Mikey in 13th. Jonathan Mooney in 14th. Milan is 15th. 15th. I hate it. English sucks. Sorry. Jay in 16th. And Chicken in 17th. And I can't tell the last three drivers because of Reefski's facecam. But they finished the formation lap, and as we are waiting for our formation lap to start, let's have a look at that. So, lights are going on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and ooh, short lights. We are on the way. Everyone is getting away well, and Pigeon actually jumps Alligator there as we go into turn 1 and 2. How many cars are wide? We see already debris flying. Was that just some grass, or are the front wings broken already? We seem to be fine off the start though. No crashes, no yellow flags. So take notes, Schumacher division. We want to have it as equally clean as over there. I mean, I can't blame anyone. If something happens, it happens. But just be cautious in sector 1, in lap 1. Or lap 1 entirely. Or for the entire race for that matter, because it's a new track for everyone. I probably don't have to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Be aware of drivers not knowing exactly where to brake, especially during the race start. Alright, so what do we have? Top 9 ish, almost the same in Sana. Brad switched places with Hilly, and Pigeon, after being P2 off the line, back to 4th now, so that's because he's on the hards, of course. But now we're going to go through the grid in our division. First of all, we have mediums and softs, no one on the hards, so I assume rain is imminent if we see a few drivers trying out softs, unless they are very desperate. Noodle starting in P1, leading the two Lotus drivers with Frax and Diablo. Beastly 4th, ahead of Super Striker. Freitag in 6th, ahead of Freshman, Bab, Magnetex and Hassan, finishing up in the top 10. As Mikey just said, it's been dropping down to P19. It's still early though. Let's hope for a safety car for him. Outside the top 10, P11 Brasco, Legends in 12th, Jumbo John 13, Haytham 14, Bergen 15, 15 Fishtag only 16th. That's a surprise. And with the qualiban trailing in P17 now, Batten of course. He's quite far back here in the formation. I wonder what happened here, but yeah, he's gonna get back in time. As Zoltan is moving up the standings, now overtaking Alligator and is now chasing Plavon, who's already 1.8 seconds clear. As Noodles is the first one to reach his grid again, of course, since he's on pole. We're gonna go on board with Beastly, but we will jump back to the TV cameras as soon as possible to see the overall damage after turn 1 and 2. I hope it's not too much. We're waiting for the lights. Here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are on the way. Everyone seems to have a good start. Frax already side by side with Noodles. Same for Beastly against Diablo. So we have 2 position changes already. Slight contact there with Diablo and Frax. And we have cars wide into the sand trap out of turn 1. But so far I haven't seen any damages, as once again Jumbo John, after going wide in turn 1, is then now spinning out of turn 3. He's got some time and places to make up. What else do we see? Some position changes here and there. Hassan making up 2 positions. Let's check for that. Position changes. Yeah, Batten from P17 all the way to, at the back, gained 7 places, now in the top 10 already. And he doesn't stop there, goes for a double overtake just before Corps. But Hassan gets the switchback done, so yeah, still great pace here off the line from Batten, who, yeah, really wants to know it now, because around the outside of Hassan Toya, it turns into the inside. Another switchback from Hassan though. Still side by side. We'll watch with Magnetex. Are they gonna crash? Sector 3. Another technical part. Very difficult to go side by side. I have faith though that they can manage it. Looks good so far. And Batten seems to take the lead over Hassan here. Great driving, great performance. 9 positions gained in 1 lap. Batten, I want to see that lap later on in the overtakes channel. Thank you very much. Top 7 haven't changed at all. We have the top 6 in the train. Freshman is eager to get back in it. So we basically got 2 trains right now. And Little Jumbo John after spinning. No wing damage though so far, so he can continue. Let me step out of the pit wall to check for rain is safe check. So I assume we are expecting rain any minute, which makes sense. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend for anyone to go on the softs, as Bab is the first one to pick up 3 seconds. 68% moisture level. Bro, Jesus Christ, come on. Anyway. I kind of want to go back to Batten here. He really wants, yeah, he really is on a mission. Okay, so for the time that it's not raining, as Fishjack made up 6 places as well, great pace, after he surprised in Abu Dhabi. What was I gonna say? Yeah, as long as we still have no rain. Did I see some rain there? Yeah, okay, never mind. It's already raining. As Frex sets the fastest lap, chasing down Noodles. In these conditions, dirty air is another pain in the... No? You know what? All these flat out or almost flat out corners just before the DRS zones as well, like Baton experiences just now, there's just no way after that to go for an overtake in that DRS zone, because you're losing so much time in the corner just before that. So yeah, unless the car in front makes a mistake, we will see a lot of trains. Let's go on board with Frax, for example. Same thing here. Cops, and you're losing so much time in the dirty air that on that DRS zone right here, which changed for Silverstone reverse for some reason, yeah, there's just no way to go for an overtake. So with that grid as close together as it is right now, I really hope for everyone that they remembered their teammate in the pits during quali, which is random, as we are driving with F1 World Cars and not official cars. So yeah, you obviously want to know who your teammate is, so you don't double stack with them. But as it is right now, I mean, if it rains, and you go for inters, you don't really want to stay out another lap. So it's either a gamble, or even if you know that the car ahead is your teammate, yeah, staying out is only going to make it worse. As Beasley had a look on the inside of Diablo, but decided to back out, as yeah, turn 1 and 2 is just very risky. Grex is really right behind Noodles now. Is this enough for an overtake? It might be. He's going down the inside. They are very cautious, so fair play to them. And Grex gets the move done. So our new race leader now from Lotus Eclipse, Frax. Yeah, top 6. Solid pace right now as Super Striker makes a mistake and Tuck goes up into P5. Well done. I was just gonna say great pace from the top 6 here. Brashman obviously dropped out of the DRS in lap 1, so it's hard to recover from that. Once you've lost the DRS, it's hard to get back in. It's now 3 seconds behind Super Striker. As these two guys are just doing what they always do. Only see them side by side so far. This time Hassan overtaking Baton and gets the move done just before the end of lap 4. Both, all three, Hassan, Baton and Fish, great pace, made up lots of places for that not so good qualifying. As we had Magnitex spinning, I think it was on the exit of that short DRS at the end of sector 2. And he's going into the pits. Do we have a wing change, or is that the first one to go onto the inters? I don't think it's wet enough just yet. As DRS is also still enabled, what's it gonna be for him? He's not changing his wing, he's only going for the inters. And the wing doesn't seem to be broken either. Ooh, never mind, I didn't notice that. We have Bab and Magnitex and Jumbo John already on inters. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at the delta. Bab against his teammate Bergen, 29, 28. As we have yellows. What's that for? What changed? I don't know. Tuck trailing trailing Diablo by 1.6 now, so he lost the DRS. So the top 3 are getting away. Not quite my prediction just yet. I'm missing Hassan, he's on its way, but I wouldn't mind if Diablo wins it or gets the podium. He really deserves it after, yeah, difficult start of the season across all divisions, since he completely changed his driving style and is now probably one of the best drivers to nurse tires. As Brash is another one to go into the pits and probably for inters, and both him and Brasco receive a 10-second for speeding. To be honest though, the pit entry, I'm gonna try to catch one next lap if more people go for the inters. The pit entry is awful. Like, for everyone that's playing F1, you know that you're going uphill on the exit usually. Of course, that's a downhill now, and right at the end of the downhill is the pit limiter line, and that's, I think, 60 kilometers around here, so a slow one as well. And yeah, if you don't brake in time, there's just no way to slow the car down, especially if you're running no ABS, then you're just fucked. Yeah. So Brash, 17.2 behind Ethan, losing time. As Beastly and Super Striker are fighting still side by side. A little bit of contact, but I'm gonna say that's just a fair amount of wheel banging. And Super Striker around the outside, who's got the lower wings. It appears to be Beastly as of right now, and he makes the move stick for P5. So he goes wide, and Super Striker is back into P5. I was just gonna say Beastly's making up some places and stuff, but yeah, seems to struggle. Oh, we have more drives in the pits. No 10 seconds. Here we have the pit entry, and there, oh, is 10 seconds for Super Striker. However, I think that was Beastly pushing him into the pits and therefore having him increase the speed again. Sorry for my English, but you know what I mean. So that might be a penalty removed for Super Striker and added for Beastly, but I'm not here to steward, but that's what it sounded like as I just heard a car crash behind Super Striker. So apparently the grid decided to say it's time for inters now. The Delta did not really show that. So Tuck and Diablo are staying out for now. Is that the right call? As a matter of fact, I didn't even notice if DRS is still active or not. It is not. Maybe that's the reason why the drivers decided to pit. Frax is gaining though quite a lot on Tuck and Diablo, so maybe the wrong decision for them to stay out. Maybe for Diablo the only way, maybe they knew that Frax was his teammate or any of the other four that pitted, as Beastly picks up 3 seconds. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see now. Of course, these two are gonna pit now as well. Hopefully without getting 10 seconds. Yeah, Diablo being cautious, that's working. Tug also, yeah. It's just not worth to risk it and yeah, get 10 seconds. But they are gonna lose out quite a lot. I think they're gonna fight for P5 with Beastly. They're gonna be fine. But they are gonna be jumped by Frax and Noodles. Let's see where they're coming out. Actually, will it be close? No. They're gonna be fine. As we see them exiting the pits right there. And for them, they are skipping a corner so they can go flat out, and Tuck rejoins just ahead of Beastly. So yeah, Diablo still in a comfortable position and a double podium for Lotus after 8 laps. I really think Diablo could manage that. I don't know how the tire wear is on Inters, but I can't imagine that it's worse than the slicks. But for now, we have Frax leading Noodles by 2 seconds. Little gap then to Diablo, but he is, yeah, also leading Tuck by 3 seconds. And yeah, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way fight for P4. However, 3 of the 5 drivers are having a penalty. But that's the closest battle we've got on track at the moment. Tuck and Beastly Super Striker, Brash, and Hassan. Batten lost out a bit, so compared to Hassan, Batten is still on a good run here. But Hassan is gone now, and without penalties, so he is currently in the net P5. As Bergen makes his way past Haytham in sector 3. Well then, yeah, we've got no more DRS, and the rain and the dirty air is kinda splitting up the field right now. Tuck is showing some great pace though. He's able to clear Beasley here. For now at least. Yeah. Tuck, who's usually how do I say it nicely? Yeah. Let's just hope Tuck's not gonna bid it tonight. What's my favorite cereal? That's a random R question, but I'm gonna say I don't have one. I'm usually just eating muesli. So, whatever. Yeah, Jack, how are you right now with your driver sitting in 1-3 in Schumacher and 1-16 in Senna? Would you rather fight? Jesus. Would you rather fight 50 duck-sized Donald Trumps or one Donald Trump-sized duck? Well, surely the 50 duck-sized Donald Trumps, right? Sounds like a lot of fun. Fun race. Could be better, could be worse. Like, it's interesting for me to watch as a TP, because I want to know how everyone's getting along. And as of right now, Frags and Noodles are, yeah, showing some very strong pace. Yeah, I don't mind that we have almost no one within 1 second to each other. A little three-way fight here for P12. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind at all. I just want to see some clean racing. I wasn't expecting any overtakes at all, and now that it's raining, expecting even less. So I'm just happy that we had no severe collisions or crashes so far, no DNFs either for that matter then. Because I was really skeptical about Silverstone the reverse tracks in general, as Legends gets to feel the effect of dirty air even in the rain. His pace compared to Bab seems to be very strong. Bab seems to struggle. Does Bab have some ring damage? I could imagine Legends being able to go faster, but it's not easy to get past someone. Once again, I just noticed the sponsors are not shown on our beautiful Sauber X car. Is that the same for every car? I don't know how many sponsors there are, of course. I know Reevski's car, or Haytham ones in that case here. I think is he missing some? At least there are some sponsors showing, but over here there are none. Is it the same for Noodles? No, it's not. I'm not gonna say that Legend is running a wrong livery. We know that this is a bug already. It's a shame it's not fixed, but what can you do? Yeah, so we've got Hassan now, closing up on Brashman. Maybe this is a fight in the future. But this could very much turn into some time trial for the entire grid, and whoever keeps it clean without getting penalties is yeah, going to be winning. Would be interesting to see how much the tire wear is on. We've been on, I've been on Inters only in, I think, Mexico Division 100, and it felt like the Inters could do the entire race. So, even around here. Oh, we have got our first DNF indeed. Thank you, pardon me. That is Jay DNFing without a safety car. I don't know if it was on track or a retirement in the pits, but well, yeah, it's a Lotus driver, but it could be worse. A shame though, because there have only been, was it only 2 DNFs in total so far across entire DTS? Was there any DNFs in Miami? I'm not sure. We had 1 in Abu Dhabi. Was on track but got cleared instantly. Well, lucky for them. As Pigeon has now pitted for mediums on lap 15 and is only like 7 seconds behind the leaders. A little more. That could be interesting. It was a brave decision to start on the hards. Did it pay off actually? That would be some great, yeah, would have been a great call. Let's see what he can do. He's currently sitting in P5, 3 seconds behind Scotland and Tronzig. So without DRS, might be tough. And the hards are really solid around here. Something the Schumacher drivers are not going to experience, as it's still raining. And I don't think this is going to change in the future. Hassan did let off of Brash, and Bergen made its way past Legends, either through a mistake or with an actual overtake. I did miss that, unfortunately. Legends' pace looked great, is still looking great, so fair play to Bergen. As we have another yellow in Senna. I think it was Chicken spinning out, but no safety car again. Alright, we are halfway through the race. We have Jumbo John in the pits. Damage or just a new set of Inters we're gonna watch. The very last pit box for him. And it is just a tire change. Are we gonna see the entire grid in the pits once more for another fresh set of Inters? Anyway, we've got Frax comfortably in P1. Noodles is able to keep up with him, but yeah, there's no way to get past unless Frax makes the mistake. They are both, yeah, leading Diablo by 8 seconds now. Still, Tuck and Beasley as well, not able to catch the German right here, sitting in P3. So, yeah. I'm a bit biased there, but since Diablo and Tuck are my friends, very happy for them. Noodles as well, of course, and he's my team, but anyway. That's a bit of a surprise for me, really. Didn't expect that. I really thought Beasley would... I mean, haven't seen him race. Maybe he's just unprepared. Maybe something happened. Maybe even there's damage that we cannot see. But as of right now, he is not able to catch Tuck and is sitting in P5. However, Super Striker really dropped off. 6 seconds back now. As Jack, do you think anyone will go for the end or all fans put again all in mix? Yeah, that depends on the weather. If it continues to rain, I assume at least Diablo is going through the end, to the end. From the experience that I've made with the Inter so far, I expect everyone to go to the end. However, we did see Little Jumbo John pit for another set of Inters without changing his ring. So, well, I'd say he wouldn't do that without a reason. It's hard to tell right now. As we have yellows, that is legends. Dropping another 2 places, or 1 at least. But was able to get back onto the road. Yeah, Bab is struggling. Bergen is leading him now. Bab also with the penalty. Bab had to pit early due to... Was it wing damage? Not sure. But he's on 10 lap old Inters. Maybe he might be one that could tell us if we need to pit again. Because if anyone is going to pit, he would probably be the first. As we have 11 laps to go. That would, yeah, mean this or next lap might be the only real option to pit again. As we're speaking of it, Bab going for the pit stop. I did not see him crash, so I assume that is just tire wear. And in that case, do we see more drivers coming to the pits now? And does that mean Diablo could nurse these tires to the end and maybe win around here? How much quicker are fresh Inters? Lots of questions. Maybe this is what we needed, and maybe this is making this more interesting now. However, we don't know. Maybe we're gonna be fine. I don't know. 11 laps to go after this one. Diablo is dropping back now, and I could really see that he is just saving tires at this point, like he always does. And if Noodles and Frax continue to push, maybe we'll see them in the pits within the next 2 laps. Sometimes the game shows you the tire wear, the live tire wear on the car that you're spectating right now. We haven't had that luck so far, so I would really like to know what the tire wear is looking like right now. But for now, we've got to guess. I just realized how similar the cars from Chess and Lotus look like. But let's go on board with someone we haven't watched yet. I think that's Fishtag. Trailing Baton by 6 seconds, leading Bergen by 3.5. The only car driving for Lemons right now with team color pink, as yellow was already gone with breakfast splits. I do like the car though, I do like pink. But actually, yeah, maybe a few questions in the chat wouldn't hurt. As I am really out of stories right now to tell, as we have no fights on track. And yeah, are basically just waiting for this endurance race to finish. In fact, let's have another look at Schumacher. Pigeon with 6 laps to go, 5 laps old mediums, is now 9 seconds behind Plevant. So the strat probably wasn't wrong, considering Pigeon's usual pace. I'd say he's probably on the right decision and strategy. P4 is very solid for him, and he could still fight for P3 with intrinsic. But I feel like medium soft strategy is still the way to go. As we have Fishtag in the pits, 10 lap old Inters as well, so half time here with another 10 laps to go on that new fresh set of Inters. As Fishtag is going to wets. Oh shit! Hang on. What are the conditions like? I mean, we've still got a wet, a dry line, so I'd say wets are not the way to go. I mean, Fishtek, feel free to prove me wrong. Although the rain seems to be heavy, this might have been just a little too early. But what is the tire wear looking like? Are people risking to stay out? Are they actually at a risk of a puncture? Or... I mean, yeah, we've had 5 people in the pits now that either couldn't manage tire wear, had some wings to be changed, or are thinking that it's time for wets. I mean, at this point, if you have too much tire wear and think that the inters that you are on right now are not going to make it to the end, and that you have to bid, you might as well try to go for the wets, if it's looking like heavy rain. But usually we really need a thunderstorm for the wets to be quicker than the inters. Manic, why am I reading up the chat and you've been spat on? Checking for rain and was spat on. What the fuck? Did I not notice that? Whatever. So, yeah, Bab made it past Fishtek. Wets are not the way to go. Hassan is now very close again behind Brash. Goes a little wide there, just manages to keep it on track. Must have been pitching. We're gonna see another overtake here on track. Preference is going very slow. No, oh my god. This is wets now. Like, that's crazy rain right now. They really seem to struggle. But then we would see Fishtek gain on Bab, right? And he's not. So what is it then? Codemasters, or sorry, EA. Probably Noodles looks loose and ready in the bed here for potential overtake. I mean, yeah, they've got a 12-second gap. If wets are faster, they, yeah, would lose less position, of course. Still a risky thing now. With that long pit lane, they actually might be jumped by a super striker. At least by Beasley. And, yeah, with 7 laps to go. If you can make it to the end, you've got to go to the end now. So Diablo is actually looking like he's going to get a podium here. Just confirming that Fishman doesn't have wing damage from anything that we've missed. No, nothing. So the Inters are definitely still faster. Tires are still looking a-okay for Diablo. I don't see too much tire wear. I mean, it's hard to spot on the Inters anyway, but yeah, as of right now, for them right here, 7 laps to go. I mean, all the cars behind Diablo have got time penalties, right? So this is really looking like a Lotus 1-3. Noodles is able to stay behind Frax the entire time, but isn't able to pass. What's the ERS looking like? Yeah, Frax is comfortably managing that P1 here. Yeah, it's definitely still in, as I agree with Danny. Less penalties than I've expected, definitely. As Legends is another driver 3 laps ago that went into the pits. I missed that, but looks like a few drivers are not able to make it to the end. We've had no yellows, we've had no crashes, so I assume it's got to be the tire wear. And in that case, everyone else has got to be at least careful, depending how close it is to the... Is it 80% for the Inters as well, before they can potentially start to pop? Either way, if I'm comfortable for one driver to not have any issues tonight, it's gonna be Diablo. And the fact that he can manage them tires and still drive quick in the rain, it's very impressive. And I really like to see that. Only 4 drivers with a 3-second penalty, 4 more with 10 seconds as well. Batten with 13, having them both. What does that mean for the grid? So Hassan is looking for a P6 as it stands. Might be close with Super Striker actually. So he should really try to clear Bershman. Everything else, yeah, it could not be more split up. So penalties won't matter too much. Positions gained, yeah, Frax made it past Noodles, so they swap position. Diablo held P3. It's looking very strong. Tuck. Yeah, jumping Super Striker and Beastly in P4. Brash chilling in P7. Batten, yeah, gained 9 seconds for 9 places for a second there in lap 1. Back to P10, but still 7 positions gained after that quali ban. Very solid performance. And of course, apart from Fishtag, the 5 people that have pitted twice lost out a couple positions. So once more, if you are able to manage tires well, you are winning. And it's not easy this year, especially for drivers in the controller. But that can't be an excuse anymore, as Diablo shows them how it's done. As we are on the final 4 laps right now. We've got no real fights on track right now. Chuck is gaining a little bit on Diablo, but I mean, Diablo's got nothing to fight or defend here. Even if Chuck makes it past him, he's still got 3 seconds, and as soon as Tuck gets any closer to Diablo, he's gonna have the effect of dirty air, so yeah. Hassan being half a second behind Presh, but without DRS, even on the hanger straight, there's just nothing you can do. Battery almost completely full, 80% here for him. But yeah, he's eager to get past. He might have gotten a warning there in Beckett. He's really trying to get past Brashman so he can stay within the 10 seconds of Super Striker, but as of right now, yeah, he cannot find a way past that green car of JT Golf. As I just remembered just now, Super Striker is probably gonna get the 10 seconds removed anyway, as we had that collision there between him and Beasley, was it? Or was it the other way around? No, I think it was him and Beasley. As Noodles and Frax about to lap the first car, and we didn't have a safety car or anything, so that's actually pretty solid that the entire grid has almost managed to not be lapped. More realistic or more better than real F1, which can be equally boring at times. As I've just missed the finish of the Senna division, but Danny's got me covered. Plef in P1, and Intronsic P3, Zoltan Intronsic P2, Zoltan P3. So yeah, Lotus got the job done in Senna, and Lotus is going for the double victory tonight with Frax now having only 3 laps to go. Noodles, yeah, now a little over a second behind him. But, I mean, he tried for like 20 laps. He couldn't get past, so might as well just lift and goes a little bit, go for the fastest lap. Lol. Who's got that anyway? That's Frax as well. So another bonus point for Lotus Eclipse as well. Is there anything gonna happen on track? No. Hassan dropped back behind Brash a little bit. And Frax Noodles is now the closest fight left remaining here. And with 3 laps to go, a little under. We didn't see anyone else pit, so I assume we are fine with the tire. Do we see any punctures? Is anyone driving overly cautious? I'm not too sure. The top 2 here are definitely not. Danny, if you would mind to share the positions of my drivers in Senna, I completely missed out. I knew Mikey spun early on, and he's probably further back, but where did Eggle finish? P5 Eggle, back-to-back P5. That's very solid, David. Congrats, well done. Alright, 2 laps to go. I'm pretty sure Frax is gonna manage that. Is he gonna lose his nerves? Is he gonna keep it cool? Probably. Can't remember Mikey, but and I don't have the votes. Yeah, we'll see. Don't worry. What was I gonna say? Surprises for me. I would say P1 and 2 are not a surprise. I can see Hassan with my third driver I predicted on pole, that he probably had the pace, but in these conditions you just can't overtake. I probably said that like 50 times today. So yeah, fair play to Brashman, I guess, for defending well. Biggest surprise has to be Diablo. He had a great quali, and he showed that performance on track in the race as well. So totally deserved P3, penalty free. So at no risk at all. Hassan is now close to Brash again. After Brash got another 3 seconds, but yeah. You can't be any closer to anyone. Hassan even got the full battery ready to deploy. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Now in Cops, you're gonna drop back so much. He's gonna use overtake here. But is it enough for an overtake? Is he gonna go for a desperate move? He backs out just Brash. Had to leave the door open there just in case, but no contact has been made. I get the frustration from Hassan though. Tried the entire race to get past Brashman. As we are on the final lap for Frax and Noodles. Yeah, so surprises I've always said Diablo. I'm also a little bit surprised about Beasley. I mean, I probably expected a little more, but I don't know him too well. Tuck, yeah, I'm just happy he didn't spin. So he's gonna be happy and pleased with the P4. And with that, I think everything else is pretty solid. Probably gonna give the driver of the day to Batten, just because of that crazy good opening lap. I mean, we could argue about Frags and Noodles for having the great pace overall, which just in this moment are going over the finish. Well deserved P1 for Frags, Noodles just behind him in P2. And we could argue with the driver of the day. We could give it to Diablo, but I'm gonna go for Batten because we barely didn't see any overtakes at all, and he just gave us, I think, 9 within the first 4 sectors. Did Hassan get past Brush? And I missed it. Ah, fuck me. At the end he made it, and I wasn't there to watch. That's unfortunate. Should we give driver of the day to Hassan now? Because he was the only one to make a real overtake in the rain. God damn it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Diablo finishes in P3, double podium for Lotus Eclipse. Tuck in 4th, Beasley 5, Super Striker 6, and now Hassan P7. Very sorry that I missed that overtake. Brasco is gonna jump Brash with the 10 seconds, so P8 for him. Brashman now 9th. Oh, that was actually close. 3 tenths. Maybe the fight with Hassan at the end gave Brasco that 8th place. Bergen 10th. Batten is dropping a position now to penalties. Who ran out of fuel? Who is that? Big Max, who are you? Did not expect fuel to be an issue. Wait, where did I... Do we have a light flash here? Chuck, Diablo? Anyone else? But that's it for now. I would say the biggest surprise and the entire and the driver of the day goes to the entire division for not having any severe collisions nor damage. I don't think I saw any broken ring at all. So congrats to everyone for keeping it clean. Well done, and congrats to the podium, of course. Jack's gonna be pleased with that, and with that, of course, is gonna maintain the lead in the overall standings. Yeah, so we've got a race winner, Frags. Fastest lap, Frags. Driver of the day, Hassan. I'm a big fan of overtakes, so I'm gonna stick with Batten on that one. Most overtakes, fish tag, sure. I'm still not sure how this is being counted. Cleanest driver, Hassan as well. Fair play, no collisions at all with the entire race being close to Brush, and at the end he even got him as well, so well done. The standings, we have them right here. From bottom to top, Magnitex in P17, only 17 drivers today. Jumajon, Fishtag, Legends, Bab, Haytham, Batten, and the top 10, Bergen, Brash, Brasco, Hassan, Super Striker, Beasley, Freitag, and the podium, Diablo, Noodles, and Frex. Yeah. Yeah. Next race is gonna be on Friday. Not from me though, but Realistic is racing in Brazil. I've got no clue right now where Sunday is gonna be racing, but yeah. That's it from me. Have a good night, and yeah, congrats to everyone once again for finishing without any collisions and stuff.